why you should still have a job during your self-improvement journey. No matter what job you have. That was fucking gibberish. No matter what job you have, no matter what thing you were doing during your journey of improving yourself, all you need to do is structure it around your working day. Now let's say you're working 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever the shift is. All you have to do is structure it right. Now a lot of people say they don't have time to read, they don't have time to go to the gym. Oh, I just don't have enough time to do this. You have time. It's about the way you structure your days and the way you implement the timings of when you do certain things. If you don't have energy after work, go before work. If you don't have energy, like I'll give you an example. When I have a job that requires shift work, and so every 2 weeks I get a different roster and I get a different timing. So sometimes I'm doing morning shifts, sometimes I'm doing afternoon, sometimes I'm doing nights, whatever that is. And now all I do is adapt my day to whatever working shifts I have that 2 weeks. So let's say I have morning shifts. I'm not going to go to gym before work. I'm going to go to gym right after work. And you have to know yourself as well, because if you know that if you go home after work to go get your change of clothes and then you go to the gym after going home after work, and you touch your, you lie in your bed or you sit in your bed for like a second, or you sit on the couch for like a minute, and you're not going to get up because you're tired from work, then don't fucking go home. Put your change of clothes in your car, set it up for success leading up after work, so you don't have to go home and get your change of clothes. You don't have to do this. Go straight to the gym after work, making sure you're preparing yourself, because you know that if you fucking sit on the couch or if you go to bed, sit in your bed, then you're not going to go to the gym. Okay, so know yourself. There's certain habits and tendencies that you know you do, and all you have to do is operate and put it in the best position possible. All right, if I have an afternoon shift, then I'm going to go before work. I can go before work, the gym. All right, when it comes to reading, I read at work in my breaks. When it comes to posting content, I post content in my breaks. I write, I think in my breaks. I'm listening to a podcast in my breaks, coming up with ideas, thought processes, things I want to do next, things for the future, whatever the case may be. I'm doing it in my breaks at work. I'm getting paid to do the job that I am there to do and also contribute to myself. I sit there, I read in my breaks. As soon as I get to my break, get a book out, read. I'm improving myself in my reading and knowledge while also earning money at my job, which I'm then going to put that money into my dream, into my hustle of this content journey. It's just about putting it in the right position in your day, setting it up right, knowing that you know what I mean? And if I have night shifts, I'm gonna do everything in the day, then I'm gonna have a sleep before work, then I'm gonna go to work, and I'm probably gonna read at work. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people. There was this guy on the train one time that when I was at work, and I was having a conversation with him, and I told him about the content I do. And then I asked him, I was like, bro, do you read? And he was like, nah, bro, don't really have time. And he was sitting there on the train, and it takes him about an hour to kind of get to his destination on that train from work, before work and after work. And I was like, why don't you read on the train? You're pretty much here doing nothing anyway. Because he was sort of just sitting there staring to the distance. And I was like, you're pretty much here doing nothing anyway. Why don't you utilize that time for your advantage and get a positive effect out of it? You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting on a train for an hour, you might as well read as well. If you're sitting on your break scrolling on your phone, you might as well put a book in your bag or in your car or whatever and go to your car and read for a bit, especially books that you're passionate and interested in. Find something you're interested in. I don't know what topics you like, but find something you're interested in. Start reading, because it's not about actually learning the topic as well, it's also about the mental and cognitive benefits that reading will do for you. So find it, do it in your breaks, do it before work, do it after work. Go straight from this to this, and make sure you don't go home and sit on the couch or sit in bed or lie in bed or scroll for too long. You have to know what restrictions and guidelines you have to put on yourself, but you do have time to do these self-improvement habits, especially around your job. It doesn't mean you have to quit your job to be able to go into your self-improvement journey. There's lots of people, like I know that someone that I look up to, his name's Hamza. And Hamza, I know for a fact that during his YouTube channel and everything, he ended up quitting his 9 to 5 or ended up quitting his full-time job or part-time job, whatever, to then fully pursue his self-improvement and his YouTube channel, which was a great beneficial thing for him. But a lot of people actually don't have to do that. And that is okay. Have to quit your full-time job to then pursue your self-improvement and your content journey. You can do it at the same time, and everything can gel real well together if you execute it in the right way. And if you know that you're spending time sitting here doing nothing, or there's a big block of time that you don't do anything here, or your combine habits, put habits together. There's a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he talks about the power of habits in different ways that you can go about making good habits happen and getting rid of bad habits, anything like that, read that book. I highly recommend it because that will help you structure your life and put things in routine for the rest of your life. And so he talks about this thing called habit stacking, which I highly suggest, because if you start stacking your habits, the things that you already do now that is second nature, you're brushing your teeth, you might be having a shower, the type of routine you have when you are having a shower, the body wash, you know, you might go wash your hair first, and then you might rinse your hair, and then you might body wash and then wash that, or you might do both sets, whatever your routine is. And during that routine, you might grab a fucking facial scrub moisturizer to make sure that you're trying to clear your skin up, and you're doing that in the shower. And then when you get out of the shower, you're brushing your teeth, and you might, I don't know, you might put headphones in and listen to a podcast at the same time, so you make sure you're learning something while you're doing the habit you already like doing. So habit stacking, doing that. Combining when you get your coffee in the morning, reading your book at the same time, combining your work breaks with reading, combining the time you know you're not doing anything with something that you know you should be doing. And you do have fucking time. You just have to be smarter with implementing your days. And now each day goes by where you're trying to procrastinate doing these things is another day that's wasted. It's another time that you could have been doing something that you know you should be doing. And it's that thing where all you have to do is make a conscious effort of sitting down and being like, okay, all right. Reflect on the day just going past. I know that I spent about an hour scrolling, or I know I spent my break doing nothing, staring into the distance. I know I spent my train ride doing nothing when I fully well could have been reading. You can buy a Kindle. There's so many tools you can use. You can read, you can listen to ebooks or whatever for Audible. You can use Audible to listen, because the part of this whole self-improvement thing is that you'll continue to grow, and growing can come in so many different realms and forms. Growing in the gym with your muscle, growing in your knowledge and your wisdom with the reading, growing in your experiences by putting yourself out there in your social skills and meeting people, building connections, improving your mental health by meditating and breathing and taking a moment to be in the present moment, while also journaling and writing things that you are grateful for, so that you're consciously making an effort to be positive in your life. Writing down goals, little tiny goals, so that you can get little wins in your day, so you gain confidence towards whatever direction you want to go. Like, these are things that when you implement them in completion and put them in your life, some days you're not going to do any of the habits. Some days you're going to do all of them perfectly. Some days you're going to do half of them. It doesn't matter. It's not about you being perfect every single day. It's about getting majority of the days pretty good. It's about getting, instead of 3 days a week that you're reading or whatever, you're doing it maybe 4. Maybe you're doing it 3.5. Maybe you're doing it 5. You know what I mean? Like, going to the gym 2 days a week, and then eventually some weeks you're going 3 days a week, and then you're trying to progressively overload, just like in the gym. Search up progressive overload and what it means to do that. You can implement that same tactic and that same mindset into any other area when you're trying to obtain habits. The same thing. So find books you're interested in, write, journal, fucking improve yourself, put yourself out there, pursue your content creation goals and dreams, because all you have to do is implement them in your work schedule. You do have time, you do have energy. You have to put it in a position where you are passionate about the thing. If you can't be fucked doing the thing that you say you want to do when you're older, then maybe that's not the thing for you. Maybe that's not the thing you should really be pursuing. Maybe you need to find something else that actually ignites the fire in you and passion in you to want to do it, to want to pursue it. Because, you know, like, a lot of people make excuses. That's just normal. I make excuses sometimes. People make excuses sometimes. It's just a human thing that we do sometimes. Human error. And now, when it comes to working your schedule while improving yourself, combine them both. Especially when you continue to do everything. Because at the end of the day, if you continue to improve yourself while working the full-time job, whatever, you're going to put you in a better position for your next job, for your next opportunity, because you're going to be a way more developed version of yourself than you were when you started that last job that you may not be as proud of, you know? So, yeah, 100%. The point of the video was, if you have a full-time job, you don't need to quit it to do your self-improvement journey. You can implement it during your schedule. Find it in your breaks, find it before work, find it after work. Find a way where you can find some tactics and ways where it can work out for you.